let me take you through some of the basics that I start with. So I have just a white printing paper, and I have a piece of glass. This is like just a working, you can cut things on it, but I don't use it for the clay. I just put my stuff on it because the surface that I'm working on is dark and I can't always see my pieces here, so it just sticks it nicely. The glass doesn't slide around, it sort of sticks to it. So that's just the basics that I work with on my surface. And then I have a normal ceramic roller. I use that for certain things. Even if I use the clay machine, I still use this roller to smooth it out. And then I have a couple of different brushes here. So you can see I have different sized brushes, and I have a precision knife, and I have one of these little tools. I got it with, but yeah, this sometimes helps as well to neaten up the edges of the clay. So I use that quite often. This I use if I shape flowers or if I want to make some sort of shape. And this one I got see it's got a sharp point. I use this for quite a few things. And I have this thick blade or long blade that I use. That's especially to cut pieces, edges off. And I have Mazina here, cornstarch. So I always have this on hand, and I put this, I use one of the brushes and I rub it on the edges of the cutters, but I'll get to that part when I do the cutting. And then I have this tool here, and I got it with, I think I got it with this set. It was part of the set. And this I use to scrape the paint on the when I use the silk screens. So that's a tool that I use for that. And then I also have some mica powders. I bought like these ones, you can see is multi-pixie, but I have a mixture of these two different places where I got these from. Done is I've taken some of the printing paper and I've cut it into the size of my ceramic tiles. So you can see I've cut a few of them. So it depends also how much I'm actually using, how much I'm going to bake. So I use one for the bottom and then one that I put over. So I always just make sure I have enough of these. And I have about 4 tiles available here. So depending on how many I'm going to bake. So I just keep them all on hand. But these ones I keep, so one I put on top of the tile. I'm going to put the clay on top of that for baking. Right, and then I also have my cutters, most important, because I mean I guess you can cut things without a cutter. But you won't have as many options. So these are all my, and I have these are some of my silk screens that I have. This is from Silk Screen Stencils. So I've got a whole bunch of them, but the ones I'm going to try out today are this one and this one. This one is like a leather type of texture, if you can see, and this one is a concrete texture. And I'll add the supplier in my comments below. Using Polysculpt clay. So this is the black that I've got.